Until the very end, and this does suggest that Fnatic, they're considering running a static AD carry, something like the Ashe or the Varus, so they want to see what is left in the opposition before they guarantee that. And if something like an Alistar comes through, then you're definitely moving away from one of those more static AD carries that doesn't have a dash or an escape.
Sprattle, especially on this Alistar, has shown how effective he can be at isolating targets. Enemy AD carries are a great target to go for, and it will be the Sejuani in the jungle as well for NIP. So we've only got the AD carry left for Fnatic, and a lot of options to choose from.
So Sivir is still available, Xayah is still available. Calling them out just as you have us over all of them. The thing about Tristana is there aren't really a huge number of weak matchups, and I feel like Xayah would be the best thing to lock in because it's very safe. You have a fair amount of wave clear, you have your own peeling tool, and it fits very nicely with the composition, which is very much about scaling for Fnatic. Azir and Xayah, very late game orientated champions, very geared towards team fighting, especially when you pair them up with the Jarvan and the Clan Engage. They can play a bit of a 1-4, maybe 1-3-1 style, but Fnatic mainly want to be winning through team fights, very similar to what Ninjas in Pajamas do. The big difference is Ninjas in Pajamas, they hit a little bit of a spike earlier on with the 2 items. When
had been controlled, Shook decides he doesn't want to take the fight. Caps engages, does use the Streamer Shuffle, and here's Jezus once again. Boxer joins the fray, the Shockwave brings them back, and Nagne's still alive. Boxer tanks up a couple of tower shots, but Jezus will get knocked up by Sprattle. He helps Caps secure the kill in mid.
And this is Fnatic repeating the pressure in the middle lane, trying to set up Caps for success rather than play.
First kill, of course. Still no first tower blood for them as Jezus once again is around that middle lane. Glacial Prism does not quite connect. Jezus will flay them back, but this might be the first blood for NIP as Jezus has been caught out by 3 members of the Ninjas. A kill for Nagne in that middle lane will get him back into this matchup against Caps.
Oh. You can't make the same play more than once, unfortunately, Medic. It worked great earlier on. You went for a rogue mid, you take away his...
At the moment, they tend to be able to extend their gold lead in a uniform fashion, whereas the orange line is how they do against the lower tier teams. Caps actually got caught out here by Nagne. Nagne just needs to flash! And that's a kill onto Caps in the mid lane.
And this is why their goal this split was to stay in the LCS, so they can build Caps.
Oh, Caps' goal is to stay on the Rift, but he's not able to enact that as NIP are able to collapse. Jezus doesn't quite get connected by the Sejuani, but Sprattle flashes in. Hiku with the jump as well. The explosive shot is enough. Another kill for NIP. And Fnatic are just rolling over in front of the Ninjas.
And this is the beginning of it, Medic. You can see bot tier 1 goes down, mid tier 1, the map is opening up. Baron is a point of contention. Ocean Drake going to be spawning soon. No, forget that. Baron's going to be a fight right now, Medic, but there's a lot of ultimates still available for the side of NIP.
Still that control ward put down in the pit. We're going to see the teleport in as well from Profit. Here are Soaz and Broxer. They need to duo up to try and steal away the Baron. NIP have it down to 2,000 HP. Soaz jumps in, so does Broxer. 1,000. The Buster. Broxer steals it, and Fnatic are going to be able to take away that objective from NIP. They'll lose Broxer.
As they try to force a fight down the bottom lane.
Soaz runs a little bit wide there. He doesn't understand where the track is. Profit trying to track up towards the top side. A great feather storm from Reckless. Dodges out the Gnar and roots up Profit. Reckless with his first kill and his first contribution to the game.
Beautiful kill from Reckless.
Early game was good, but they're going to look for the engage. NIP actually go on the front foot as Jezus gets chunked down to half. Shook caught off in the backline by Soaz. Profit's killed Jezus. Soaz knocked up. Sprattle there as well. He will get the stun, and NIP now running to the wrong base, guys. You can infiltrate, but you need to take down the towers first. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get any further into Fnatic space.
Want to go back, reset. But instead, Fnatic, they're more than happy to force another one.
Soaz with the mind-reading strategies, not straight into the bush with the charge, and NIP are perhaps looking for a re-engage here, as Boxer is low on the front line. He has to jump out.
Fnatic then forced back.
Oh, Streamer Shuffle doesn't connect, and now we'll see the re-engage. A great shot by Hiku's jumped off towards the side. Watch Hiku! He's going to do so much damage in this fight. Profit with the Gnar into the wall, and Hiku gets one. He's looking for more. Reckless still alive, but now he's dead. It's a triple for Hiku. Can he get the Penta? Soaz gets chunked out. Broxer jumps away, and NIP Not quite able to get the ace, but they win the fight against Fnatic.
I promised you team fights and you finally get one.
Oh,
man.
baby.
Super late into the game, 4 for 3 in favor of NIP. They will be able to infiltrate onto Fnatic's base. They still hold on to the kill lead, but that is a lot of Baroned up members that will now be deceased. With these death timers, NIP, they could look to continue their push.
EQ's gonna jump away, so I'm gonna say they'll disengage for the time being. Now, Vedius, I want to come back to the win condition 7,000. This is a game-ending moment.
No Mega Gnar on Prophet, but he will start charging in as the Elder Drake getting very low.
Here we go, they're looking for the fight. Elder down to 2,000, Spuddle in the front line, it's reset, but perhaps NIP can take the fight. Spuddle has to flash Ask, Soaz is gonna jump straight back in. Nagne caught up with the bear trap, and Soaz is all by himself. The Elder Drake, oh shit, you stole it away, and NIP are gonna take the fight as well. Roxy's gonna get melted by Hiku. NIP just rolling their way through this Fnatic squad. Soaz is on the backline as well, and NIP are going to try and chase him down.
He's still alive.
He wants to kill the cow, but no beef for you today, Soaz. NIP with a superb team fight around the Elder Drake.
Hiku walks away with the triple kill. They walk away with the Elder and win out a team fight versus the rank 1 team in Europe. NIP looking convincing as they infiltrate the base of Fnatic and take down the inhibitor.
And imagine if you are a challenger team at the moment, Vedius. Imagine if you're a Giants or Schalke or even Mysterious Monkeys and you look at this NIP roster and you say, how do we face this? How do we fight against a team that can take down Fnatic?
This is the top lane that we expected from SKT. But bringing it back onto the team fight. So it gets started off by Fnatic. Their focus is the Elder Drake. They then move away because they actually want to go for the fight rather than the objective. The problem is they can't really decide on who they want to engage on. Caps still holding on to his ultimate. Once NIP back away, they think that they can go for it. But this time around, Shook wins out on the smite fight. And the moment they lose that Elder Drake, that is 3 Drakes stacking on top of the Elder, which means that NIP have suddenly so much more damage. Fnatic realize they have to disengage, and now they're going to use it to force the Baron.
It's a Baron as well for NIP. This is the late game team fighting team we wanted. 2 minions as well. Caps flashes away from the Glacial Prism. The hook does not connect, and NIP will take their 3rd inhibitor tower of the game. They're looking for the inhib as well. There's a flank opportunity for Soaz. He's coming in. Gets onto the back line. Jez is there as well. As Fnatic try and make the final fight, they take 1. Spuddle's dead, Soaz low. Shook, Nagne and Hiku are still alive in that backline though, and Prophet is doing work. Fnatic, the shockwave connects, but Hiku's not there to deal any more damage. Here jumps Caps, but the Shurima shuffle is dodged by the Tristana, and NIP will be able to back away, but Hiku does not want to. Soaz in the front line has got a kill. He gets back onto Scar, he gets knocked off, and that's a dead Soaz for the time being.
Look at the base!
Nexus Tower's going down, Caps builds another one. It's just going to make as many Nexus Towers as he needs. 2 members of Fnatic are dead.
It looked bad for NIP at the start, but Hiku saves it in the end. They're going to get themselves another inhibitor. They have the man advantage. There is little that stands in their way. NIP, they're looking to end the game now.
The old kings and the new may both fall on the same day. G2 lost earlier. Fnatic are staring down the barrel of a loss in the first game of this series. NIP, unable to close it out, will retreat and pull themselves away from the base of Fnatic.
So now we just have to calm ourselves, Medic. Many a great fights have happened on this fight.
Thank you, Reyes. Thank you for predicting team fights.
So let's have a look at how this happened. The flank from Soaz, you called it, Medic. You were waiting for it to happen, but it goes onto the front line of Spraddle and Shook. Those 2 melt like paper. They are nothing to the damage of Caps and Reckless at this point in the game, and it could end in disaster if Prophet does not get that 4-man ultimate, followed by the 4-man shockwave of Nagne to turn it in their favor. Just such small outplays coming out from both sides keep eventually resulting in NIP's success, result in a beautiful team fight that could have gone either way if just a few crucial abilities landed. If there was just a little bit more damage, Nagne could have dropped. If there was just their Nexus too. But let's see which team will come out on top. Right now it is looking NIP favored. They have the minions, they have the pressure, they have everything they need to close out the game. Will they be able to jump that last hurdle standing in their way?
hurdle they've only jumped a few times before this split. Shook perhaps looking for Jezzes. Here comes the charge from Soaz. He wants to get onto NIP, jumps onto Sprattle, and immediately Fnatic back off. They can't go on the cow. Here comes the engage, and that is a dead Jezzes once again, but Soaz does get onto the back line. Can he catch out anyone? No! NIP with 2, and Fnatic have to run back to the fountain because Hiku is on a rampage. He's on the warpath. NIP will collapse onto Fnatic. They'll take the win. They'll take the kills, and they will take the Nexus as well. NIP defeat the old Kings and go 1-0 up.
Massive victory for the Ninjas in Pajamas. Medic